Canada has just sent 366 Nigerians back home, and right now, another 974 are waiting to be deported. This is happening as Canada tightens its immigration system, and honestly, the numbers are quite significant when you think about what this means for our people who traveled abroad seeking better opportunities. Between January and October of last year, these deportations took place, and the situation shows no signs of slowing down as Canadian authorities continue their crackdown on immigration violations. The Canadian Border Services Agency, which is the body responsible for managing who stays and who goes in Canada, has been very active in enforcing removal orders. What we are seeing is a systematic process where Nigerians who have overstayed their visas, violated immigration laws, or had their asylum claims rejected are being identified and sent back home. The 366 who have already been deported returned through various channels, and reports indicate that many of them landed at Nigerian airports looking confused and disappointed, their dreams of building a life in Canada completely shattered. Now let's talk about the 974 who are still waiting. These individuals are in different stages of the deportation process. Some have exhausted all their legal appeals, while others are still trying to fight their cases in Canadian courts. The reality is quite harsh because once you receive a removal order in Canada, the system doesn't just forget about you. Immigration officers keep track, and eventually they will come knocking. Many of these people have been living in Canada for years. Some have children who were born there, and they've built lives, found jobs, and established communities. Imagine waking up one day knowing that everything you've worked for could be taken away in an instant. The reasons for these deportations vary widely. Some Nigerians entered Canada on student visas but stopped attending school, which automatically violates the terms of their stay. Others came as visitors and simply never left when their visas expired. There are also cases of people who claimed asylum, saying they faced persecution back home in Nigeria, but when Canadian immigration judges examined their cases, they found the claims were not credible or didn't meet the legal threshold for refugee protection. It's a complicated situation because while some people genuinely need protection, others may have exaggerated their circumstances just to stay in Canada, and this unfortunately affects everyone's credibility. If you are finding this information valuable and you want to stay updated on news that affects Nigerians both at home and abroad, please hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss an update. Your support really helps us bring you these important stories. Canadian immigration has become increasingly strict over the past few years, and this isn't just affecting Nigerians. People from many countries are experiencing similar situations, but the numbers from Nigeria are particularly notable. Part of the reason for this crackdown is that Canada wants to ensure that its immigration system maintains integrity. They are sending a message that if you come to their country, you must follow the rules, and if you don't, there will be consequences. The Canadian government has also been under pressure from its own citizens who feel that immigration levels are too high and that people who break the rules shouldn't be allowed to stay while others wait years to immigrate legally. For those 974 Nigerians awaiting deportation, life has become incredibly stressful. Many cannot work legally because their status is uncertain, they live in constant fear of immigration officers showing up at their homes, and they struggle to make plans for the future. Some have hired lawyers and are spending thousands of dollars trying to find any legal avenue to remain in Canada. Others have gone into hiding, which only makes their situation worse because it adds more violations to their immigration record. There are families being torn apart because maybe the parents face deportation while their Canadian-born children are citizens and have the right to stay, creating impossible choices that no family should have to make. What's particularly concerning is how this reflects on Nigeria as a whole. When large numbers of Nigerians are being deported from a country like Canada, which is known for its relatively welcoming immigration policies compared to other Western nations, it raises questions about why so many of our people are willing to risk everything to leave Nigeria in the first place. The economic situation back home, unemployment, insecurity, and lack of opportunities are pushing young Nigerians to seek greener pastures abroad, sometimes through any means necessary. But the sad reality is that not everyone who leaves will find success, and some will end up in situations exactly like this, facing deportation and having to return with nothing to show for their efforts except debt and disappointment. The Nigerian government has been relatively quiet about these deportations, which is concerning because these are Nigerian citizens who need support and reintegration assistance when they return home. Being deported is traumatic, and many returnees face stigma from their communities who view them as failures. there should be programs to help these individuals restart their lives, find employment, and deal with the psychological impact of their experience. Unfortunately, such support systems are largely absent, leaving deportees to fend for themselves in an already challenging Nigerian economy. This entire situation should make us think deeply about what we can do differently as a nation to create opportunities at home so that our young people don't feel like leaving is their only option. Canada will continue to enforce its immigration laws, and we cannot really blame them for that because every country has the right to control who enters and stays within its borders. What we can control is making Nigeria a place where people want to stay, where they can build meaningful careers, where security is guaranteed, and where hope for the future is not just an empty promise, but a lived reality. Until we address these fundamental issues, we'll continue to see headlines like this one, with Nigerians being deported from various countries around the world. So what do you think about this situation? Have you or someone you know been affected by Canada's immigration crackdown? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below and let's have a conversation about this important issue affecting so many of our people.